welcome to the January 2021 Orchid collection update. Welcome to my channel. This is TD More Than Just Orchids, and I'm Terry. And I'm going to try to keep this short rather than my almost hour last time. Over here, I'll just briefly look at a dead plant that should be dead. That's my Coelogyne cristata that somehow is still alive. It really is only used to hold up my Gatton Sunray, which looks like it has stopped growing the two new growths, which are a little bit shorter, but it had put up a couple other growths that had blasted this summer, but then those are the growths from last year, these two growths that still have leaves on them. Generally it would bloom off of probably 3-year-old canes after the leaves have come off like such, but it has never bloomed for me yet. I am sure that it is bloom sized. Yeah, they usually bloom from, and I'm seeing a little bit of some scale there, so I will be dealing with that easily enough. But they usually bloom from long spikes from the top of the canes, as I said, the more deciduous canes generally. And back here this is my big and sick Epidendrum cross, my Neomoorea wallisi. This is my Potinara San Damiano, and then I have, that's my Baptia grape wax. Yeah, and I have some, what's this? I don't know. But anyway, they're just sort of sitting there. I give them water about once every 10 days. They get the heat from being by the heater, although it's still moderate because they're next to the window there. And I have two humidifiers right here. It says 76. Not sure. Up above here, I have a lot of hanging things, the endotypes, mounts. This is still growing. This is my nindii. Maybe it has stopped putting up or growing, but that has been growing since the summer. That is my Dimorphorchislowii, which is just hanging out there, but it's still alive. My Angraecum florentulum down below here usually blooms winter into spring, but nothing yet. That's my Epidendrum ilense that just finished blooming, and next to that is my that's my Angraecum sesquipedale, which I just moved because it was having some issues with dropping leaves, and that is why I got the other one. Down here is that secundum, which there are different variations of this flower color. Usually it's the dark fuchsia. So I don't know whether this is an alba or what, but there is the tag. It's a Thailand species. Usually gets dry winter's rest. So I think it's the bottle brush. That's the common name for it. Up here is my Dendrobium, which is a species, and I am hoping that some of these buds survive. This one looks like it's doing something wrong. Yellowing up a little bit. What else? Is there any more flowers here on my peach bird? Yes. Still did not darken up like it usually does in previous years, but I got a lot more flowers than I ever have. That's my birrimense right here, Angraecum birrimense. Down below here, this is my Coelogyne multiflora that bloomed last year. Put up two new growths and one blasted. It's here, but this one is still growing. It usually blooms from the new growths before they have completed their growth. So I would generally be seeing a flower spike. I don't know It is a nice growth, we'll see. These are my Chrysobelas up here, just kind of hanging out, as are some of these here. Really nothing to show. My Phalaenopsis pushing forward. There's spikes. Probably will be showing some buds soon up here. And down here back behind my Schilleriana, I've got this one back here. It's got a nice cluster on the other side of the plant. If I can get to it. That bloomed for me last year. Long season of bloom, and then put up subsequent spikes before it stopped. Right next to that, while I'm back there, that is my see, I don't want to mess something up by reaching back through these plants, but this is a bucket list plant for me. This is my fantastic green envy Judy Sue, which does have the Bellina alba in it. It's like a harlequin, but it's got the Bellina substance and the fragrance. And I don't think that bud's gonna open, but you can see the coloration on it. It was completely a harlequin maroon type flower. To the right of that is my Infundibulare that gets misted daily, especially those aerial roots. No fertilizer on that plant until it's showing active tips, root tips, or growth, new leaf from the top. It's a vining species type of Angraecum. It's like a bucket lipped flower that is fragrant at night. And in front of here, this is the Schilleriana that I just featured my Schillerianas in a video last week, so I won't go over that too much. This is the one that I had from Hauserman. This is the other one that I just got at Hauserman. And the flowers are slowly opening, or they're, I don't know if I can get it to where you can actually see it. Probably not, but I'll try my best. Yeah, it's not even pretending to be open. But that gives you a gist of what the flower looks like. That is my Phal Schilleriana. And down here, this is another little complex little Phal hybrid. And it has many more spikes and flowers to come. And this is Happy Dancing Girl, MS Happy Dancing Girl. Going back this way, I've got, this is my Dendrobium Wonder Nishi. I think it's Wonder Nishi. Make sure. It's Dipper Nishi, that's what it is. Dendrobium Dipper Nishi. It is, I believe it's Alexandrite times ultraviolet, maybe. I'm not sure. But that's a recent division that I got, so I can't take credit for it. Drifting back this way, this is my Paphiopedilum Hermannii that's been in bloom for a minute, so I will go on past that. And I'll grab my coffee and get this way. Just some phals that I've repotted. That's my Angraecum scottianum. That looks like it may have a, we'll see what that is. I don't know if that's a flower spike, but then over here there's my Joyce Stewart, which is scottianum crossed with compactum, and it also has something coming up from the node. Yeah, I mean, I have some various Angraecums here as well. This is eichlerianum, and then this is another birrimense, and then this is my cross of George Kennedy times eburnum, I believe. Anything notable up here and around there? Not really. So I'll keep moving on down. This way I have another maxillaria here. This might be a picta. Yeah, picta's got those growths coming up. Picta generally blooms late winter into spring with fragrant spotted flowers. Anyway, next to it is a bulbophyllum that I've had for about a year now. That's my it's the long florum, I believe, long folium. I think it's long folium. No, yeah, long folium. It's a dark spotted one. It's got a little growth there. Gonna keep on going. This is my Gongora chacoensis. That is it's planted in sphagnum moss. It's got a little something coming out of the base there. You can see that. That could actually be a flower spike, but it's probably new growth. But whatever it is, I'm happy to see growth. And above here is my Gongora rufescens that I've had, and it bloomed for me last year. It is still working on that new growth over here. That is a fairly large size. So yeah, bloomed nicely for me last year. And then here's another Gongora. This is Gongora grossa, Gongora grossa, another species. And you can see it's got I got this one from Ecuador, I believe, and then it's got another growth, new growth coming, yay. So, good. And also back here I've got, these are my bulbophyllums. The majority of them I got from Bill Tom's. There's some Cronculatums and Echinolabiums and different crosses that are doing very well. That's my old upwind there that looks sad. That was a compote that I got. Over here is another Maxillaria alba. And it's maturing some of these growths, and I'm really hoping to get some flowers because it generally is a winter. I didn't just get that, but I got that in the summer, in the summer. And I'm hoping to see some flower spikes. And next to this is another Maxillaria. This is the one that I featured this week. This is the watermelon. This is just a tenifolia. But you can see it looks like little watermelons. The foliage is also variegated. See that chartreuse stripe there. And moving on up to the upper shelf where it sits under the LED light. I noticed I got a sheep back here. That's my Richard Mueller. There's the tag. Richard Mueller. Then these two growths have matured. This is my Epi Cattleya volcano trick. I can't remember what happened to that plant, but I almost lost it, and then it put up two new growths, so yay. What else? This is another Gongora that I'm trying to get established. This is Gongora clavadora. You can see it was just recently repotted in October, and it is struggling on one bulb. So I'm trying to keep it a little bit more moist, giving it a little bit more attention. They don't want to be soggy, but hopefully I can get that one bulb to generate a growth, hopefully. What else? My Epidendrum lateralis going over. And this little pretty cross is going over, but still the form of it, that shading, that pastel-y color on the upper and lower edges of the sepals is beautiful. Let's see what else is going on. Not too much. There's a big, nice growth back there on my, I can't remember what the plant is. It's never bloomed for me. Above here, there's my, this is Potinara San Damiano. that's got that new growth. Still progressing. And let me not forget my BC daffodil that's got 2 sheaths right here. That this one is about to crack open, looks like it. And as we keep walking down further, this is a flower that's been open for a while, and this Phalaenopsis is about to crack. That would be a first time bloom for me, and this would be a first time bloom for me as well. I actually bought it in bloom when I got it a few months ago. That is my Amabilis, Phalaenopsis amabilis, which is the type species for the genus of the Amabile types. This has been open. You've seen that many times. That is Cattleya, chocolate drop times Sophronitis cernua, or Cattleya cernua. This is my maxillary tenifolia that I've already talked about this week in the video, so I won't bore you with any of that. I'll look up here some of my Brassavolis here. This is Mas Mayor, and then this up here is my Flagellaris. And then I've got various ones over here. Looks like they're just kind of sitting there. And this is my Bulbophyllum Acranthum that really looks like it is doing okay on this mount so far. I'm really wanting to see the roots progress really inside the cavity, but so far so good. I am really proud of this job that I did on that mountain. This is another one of, this is a Dendrobium that should be resting. It just gets misted. It's got a couple growths up there, not sure what it's doing. Let me go back over this way. Let me get a drink of coffee first. All right. I've shown this many times as well, but I'm going to show it again. And I don't have a tag, but it is this plant over here, which is Suncoast Sienna Stars. That's what that is. And that's what this is. Nice. I got some trichocentrums that are hanging up here. This is my Encyclia bractescens. That is the Alba. I recently mounted it on that piece of, so I'm seeing like minimal water, mostly misting in the winter. Usually will bloom. Doesn't look so hot now, but I hope it'll be fine. This is my Epidendrum nocturnum, of course, that I've been showing, and I'm really reluctant to even show it now because this is the actual cane that had the black bud blast. You can see that brown part down there that's hanging, but there's something behind it, very slow producing. There's another bud right there. So, you know, these plants are notorious for blasting their buds, very notorious. But when they do open, when the flower does open, it's very, very fragrant, nocturnally fragrant, of course. There's my other Hospitalia, of course, as I said, those blasted. And then I've got some other little miniature Cattleyas kind of hanging out here with some jewel orchids. And this is my Ranthis pedata. They're kind of sitting in this tray, which gets good air movement. There's fans and all directions. I actually will turn that LED off because I'm pretty sure that's why all of these leaves are burned on this plant, because it stayed on, or it came on while I was gone for Christmas, and without being watered, I'm pretty sure that that light is why damaged that epidendrum over there, but hopefully it'll recover. Okay, moving on around this way. This is my Stanhopeia unnamed, which has 2 new growths, and then there's another one that's back there. This is my Area floribunda, which is maturing a lot of nice growths. It's maturing this growth. I'm hoping to soon see a bloom. I'm hoping that this one is definitely a bloom size. Back there is Angraecum Magdaleni, and then I have various Laturias here. This is my fire wings, and then I've got my Forbesii, which is a species that, you know, you saw the video where I put it inside that log and tied it in there to sort of semi-mount it. And then here is Nora Tokunaga still blooming, and this is the flower that I featured just today, which is Potinara Susan Collins. I think that's what it's called, Susan Collins. Joy. No, Memoria. Here it is. Cattleya, Memoria, Susan Joy, Carol. Very, very rich. And once that lip unfurls, oh my God, it will add so much more to it. And there's another bud right there. And this is that Epidendrum cross that I had just potted up. That is Epidendrum times Polyanthum. Not a fragrance. Really nothing going on up there. Just my baby phoenix up there that's still growing. That new growth up there. That's my Ascocentrum, I believe. Yeah, Ascocentrum. Then as I move down here, wow, I am just seeing that sheath right there that looks like maybe it's empty. Maybe I'm just wishful thinking, but I do see roots that are popping out. This is my BC Florida Stars, Elise. Okay. I'm going down this way. I have a sheath here. This is my Epi Green Hornet. Hopefully that will be back in bloom again. The other growth on that lasted, so no 2 sheaths this year unless something happens. Now look, this is, I knew that was looking weak. This is my, I'm not sure, maybe I should not have watered it. That's my Spicerianum times Victoria Marii. And then over here, this one is the Chihuahua Dancer times Pinocchio, which is multifloral. So that'll be nice. That has just come out of, I don't want to say it's recovered, that's what I almost lost it, but I've told that story too, so I'll just keep moving. There is my, you know who this is. Didn't put up a flower spike, but it's just recently, well not recently, it's been less than a year that it's been on that tube. But you know I'm talking about, I'll put the name of the plant up. And this Cattleya back here that is kind of hidden. Well, it's hidden now, but there is the tag. It's Tokyo Magic times Martha Clark. It's got that sheath in this leaf. So I'm hoping that that fills up sometime before winter is over. Last year it did bloom. Down here, this is my Paphiopedilum Coelogyne. And you see that little nubbin down there. I'm not sure if that is a flower spike or not, but I know they do bloom late winter, you know, late fall into winter. And this should be a blooming size plant. But it could be a new growth. These do look like they grow really tight. The pseudobulb's not long on a rhizome. For example, like my macranthum, see how this rhizome is in between the pseudobulbs. You can see that. These are really tight, so that could be a new growth. We'll see. I'm just happy that I'm giving it enough water in this location. Down here, this is my Cristata livida that bloomed last winter, and it's got this flower spike. I mean, not a flower spike, but it's got this sheath here that has, it looks like it's filling up, and I think it might have another sheath on it somewhere. Yeah, there's one in here, right there, and there's another one. Yeah, there's two right there in frame. This is another one of my maxillarias. This is my birrimense, and I'm giving it a little bit less and cooler. You see I have it sitting in the window. I don't want to overwater it or give it too much, just enough so that the bulbs don't shrivel so much, because I don't want them to rot. I want to see if maybe I'll get a bloom this year from a new growth, but I know it looks tatty. Sorry. But this certainly doesn't look tatty. This is my BL Yellowbird. That is maintaining its color longer, because down in this area it's a lot cooler than down at the other end where the heater is. It does get heat from that heater on the floor. Thank God that's all I've had to use so far. And to only think that this is already January, and February I will, well, I haven't really fertilized much this winter, to be honest with you, but to think that next month, February, generally I am in the frame of mind of switching my fertilizer over to grow instead of bloom. But anyway, this is a Richard Mueller cross, and beautiful. It's got more spikes coming. You can see there's 1, 2, and then there's one back there. So that'll be nice. Anything else going on here? I am getting a little growth here on this. This is my Eric Middlebird moss. What is it? Of course, I don't see the tag, but I've tried so hard not to. I've killed so many of these that I tried to pot it inside of a pot, and still managed to kill off some of the plant. As you can see, there are bulbs that are darkened and have rotted off for some reason, some unknown reason. But anyway, looks like some of it, or a piece of it, has been saved. Thank God. But in addition to, I have other encyclias that are hanging out back here. Over here, this is my cordillera that is still in the process of opening up. This is kind of a tragedy. This was my, what is that? Mountain Hood Times Cucullata, and it was doing so well, and I don't know, maybe it was just too cold against, maybe that was it. But I mean, that did okay, I don't know. But the growth, I guess there is still some of the plant, so not all is lost, but it's barely, I mean, I don't understand. I mean, I was really minimally watering this area because of this had just been mounted up at the end of summer, in the fall. Whatever this is, Nodosa adorable. So yeah, this was really getting kind of dryish conditions. My Tigrina, I always give Tigrina a bit of a dryish rest in the winter. My Citrina, it doesn't look, it looks like it's dead, but we'll see if it comes out of it. It looks squishy. So yeah, these are some things, my nindii, you know, these are things that get rest, or less, I should say. So this wasn't getting hardly anything, misting, so I don't get it. Same as my Parkinsonianum. I mean, you know, these roots look all crinkly, but then when you get to the tip, they're still green. So what can you say? I still have growths, new growths on the plant that are maturing, and I'm about to knock something over behind me. But yeah, and then here's another one over here. The growth is on this other side. Still doing okay. Back here, yeah, just some more encyclias. Basavula hybrid, Basavula encyclia complex hybrids, and then same as up in here. And then here is my Pendula that has shredded its leaves. It looks like it's trying to put up a growth there, I don't know. Right in front here is my Den. It's called Den Mentor. It's primulinum crossed with anosmum, and you can see it is still putting out new growths while I'm really trying to give it a rest, and it's got a flower on it. So I don't know what this plant is going to do, because really I'm only giving it misting and maybe once a month water. Yeah, same, that's what I'm doing with these other ones. This is my Falconieri, still looking nice. It gets more of a hard rest rather than a slight rest. There is sort of a difference. These just want to be misted. There are some that rest that just want a short period of rest, but then they want to be watered. If that makes any sense. These just like misted so that their canes don't shrivel too badly. And when the conditions are right, I have bloomed one of these. The blooms come out laterally and the flower is big. I'm still looking to see signs of buds on, this is my Schwanina, my Dockrilla, fragrant little bitty orchid. And back there, that is another, that's my Julie Skillencorn, and then there are other Dendrobium, that's my Farmerai, and then of course that is Lindley looking horrible. And then there's a Berardii that's up there. So yeah, and then there are other little Dorsavula crosses times Cattleyas that are getting sort of a semi-rest. There is I'm still holding on to that Nobile for some reason. And then next to this is, let me see if I have the tag on this. And I don't seem to have it now, but I gotta find it because I'm thinking that it might be pushing forward some spikes for me, because you can see that nubbin on the right there, and maybe even the one below here. You can see this is a black hair type Dendrobium. I believe it is. I know it's Trigonopus crossed with something else. Trigonopus, I love Trigonopus. I do have Trigonopus. See, that looks like a nubbin that is going to push out as well. And that's how they bloom. As you can see, that's a previous bloom spike from the top. And there, you can see that right there. Let me see if I can focus on it. It's not going to focus. Or maybe if I... Well, anyway, even if it doesn't focus, you can see that looks, if I haven't messed it up, which I probably did by trying to fool around with it. But I'm just gonna leave it go before I really actually do it if I haven't already. But that's exciting. That'll be a first time bloom for me. Yeah, and these are some of my, this is another Magdaleni. And then this is what wait a minute. This is what I got from Denise, the alabaster. And then this is my Lays Star, kind of losing a little bit of its lower leaves. But yeah, and I've got some buds here on my Potinara Young Men Orange Golden Satisfaction. So that'll be nice, little bloom show. But let me see if there's anything else that I missed before I close this video. These growths on this plant are still maturing. There's one here and then there's two here. I'm really hoping that they bloom. This gets watered every day. These are my, this is my, you know what that is. That's my Angraecum right here. And then here is my Sartorchis cross that is still looking okay. Gets misted every day, as well as some of the things that are hanging up there. But, and of course, if I haven't pointed out, yeah, my Barkarias that have been in bloom for quite a while. That is a cross of Skinneri times Turridon, and then this is Skinneri. Let me see if there's anything down here that I missed. That is my recovering white stars. This is Isis aurea that has recovered from almost the grip of death. And that's pretty much it, I would say. But anyway, folks, thanks for watching. Sorry it's been so long of a video. And if you like this and other of my content, make sure you subscribe to the video. The majority of you that watch my videos aren't subscribed, so please just press the like button and the subscribe button and enjoy your orchids. Thanks for watching. Bye.